Hello, welcome to Empress Moon Tarot. My name is Kimmy. Very happy to have you here at my channel. This particular reading is going to be for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, with the exception of our romance angels that will be for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If for some reason some cards come out that indicate love, it could potentially have to do with your Venus sign. But it's primarily going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is not meant for cross watchers. This is specifically internal energy for the sign of Aquarius during the Scorpio full moon lunar cycle. So once again, it's Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. I have already pre-shuffled each of these decks exactly 8 times. I chose the number 8 because this is regarding the Scorpio full moon lunar cycle, and Scorpio is the natural ruler of the 8th house. I will be side shuffling each of these 8 times and taking the card that comes up on top. The Radiant Rider-Waite deck, Radiant Rider-Waite deck will be used for clarifications if necessary. I have very little need of it so far during these readings. There'll be 1 Romance Angels taken, 1 Oracle of Visions taken, and our full reading will come from our Ciro Marchetti deck. There are links down below to those decks if they are of interest to you. We'll be taking 5 cards for this lunar cycle, which lasts until the full moon of June the 3rd. Any jumper cards, any flipping cards, any that kind of, want to present themselves will be handled outside of the main reading if any do show up. All right, let's begin, Aquarius. What needs to pass away from Aquarius's life during this lunar cycle? What needs to pass away from Aquarius's life during this lunar cycle? What needs to pass away from Aquarius's life during this lunar cycle? Where will rebirth occur in Aquarius's life? Where will rebirth occur in Aquarius's life? Where will rebirth occur in Aquarius's life? What does Aquarius need to be cautious of during this lunar cycle? What does Aquarius need to be cautious of during this lunar cycle? What does Aquarius need to be cautious of during this lunar cycle? What emotions are brewing under the surface for Aquarius that Aquarius is not talking about with others? What emotions are brewing under the surface for Aquarius that Aquarius is not speaking of to others? So far in your reading, separate from your reading, we've had the 7 of Swords and the Lovers come out. Potential outcome for this lunar cycle. Potential outcome for this lunar cycle for the sign of Aquarius, please, spirits. All right, let's address your 2 cards that came out separately. Our 7 of Swords has been coming out for pretty much, several of these signs. I'm not surprised to see it because I recently saw this raven, and we talked about the raven in our live message and how the raven is associated with the sign of Scorpio. It's a Scorpio full moon cycle, and the raven is often a messenger and is often speaking of a rebirth. So what I'm seeing here, Aquarius, is that there is a strong focus regarding some sort of deceptive energy here and a love connection. It's possible this could be a twin flame, this could be a soulmate, or it just could be a very, very deep bond that formed rather quickly between 2 people. Sometimes this type of bond develops very strongly on a physical level, and they become very emotionally attached and spiritually attached rather quickly, which is why we see these lovers. Now, I feel like this is more a decision for you, Aquarius. A decision for you regarding a love situation because of some sort of deceptive behavior, some sort of behavior that appears as if somebody may be lying, somebody may be deceiving you in some way. The lie the lies and the deception that we see with the Seven of Swords, we often see somebody walking away from their tribe that has betrayed them in some way. Somebody may have betrayed you and you're trying to figure out what to do about it. If that's not the case, you're seeking some sort of open and honest communication with a love interest and trying to decide how to proceed with them. Okay, that is separate from our reading. We'll take a look and see if the romance angels equate to that or not. It's possible they may not. We'll see. But let's first take a look at your internal situations here, Aquarius, for this full moon lunar cycle. So what needs to pass away in your life? We have this Page of Wands energy. You could be holding on to something for dear life that you don't want to let go of. It could be this person who's acting in a manner that has you concerned. Our Page of Wands holds on to what makes him feel young and alive to the very end. It's possible this may be a situation you need to let go of. For those of you that are dealing with that and have been considering it, you'll resonate with it. For those of you that have not, it's possible that what we're seeing is that your boldness and your need to charge forward may need to be toned down a little bit with regards to a situation. You may be moving too fast, too strong towards someone, towards something. Could be a job situation, could be a romantic relationship. Our pages are messengers. Perhaps your communication with somebody may be too passionate for this person, or too frequent for somebody, or too strong and persistent for someone. You may need to tone down your communication with somebody. Now, where rebirth will occur in your life, we have victory, 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 the Six of Wands. In some area of your life, you feel like you've been struggling, and you're going to see an alleviation of that. There may be something in particular that you've been wanting to move towards, or you've been wanting to see happen in your life, and we have victory coming forward towards you. You may discover that you're actually deeply admired by somebody else, and that may give you strength and energy to move forward. You may receive some sort of accolade in your job, or may be recognized for something that you have done. But it's going to recharge you. It's going to make you feel as if there's positive movement in your life. What you need to be cautious of is confusion. You may have a lot of options. If this is related to somebody who's online dating and overwhelmed by options, you may need to take a break from that for a couple weeks. If this is just related to situations in your life, you just need to be cautious of confusion. Confusion occurs when we stay too much in our mind, or we think the grass is greener on, our neighbor's yard, and we decide that we want to spread our wings and kind of allow people and circumstances in our life that maybe we wouldn't on a normal basis. Confusion can also occur when we look at things through rosy glasses instead of looking at things from a rational perspective. So I feel like during this time frame, during the next couple of weeks, what you need to be most concerned about is looking at things through a very rational perspective, and beware of being in a dreamy state and finding something to be so magnanimous, like that wonderful castle in the center here, that you lose sight of everything else around you. So be very cautious of that. Emotions bubbling under the surface. We have death. There is a need to let go of hurts and struggles and difficulties from the past. You may be hoping that somebody else may do this. I feel like this is more you, though, that you're looking at your life during these next 2 weeks and seeing, okay, this particular circumstance that occurred in my life, I have to let it go in order to move forward and have peace. You're trying to find peace. Peace within your emotions, peace regarding past circumstances in order to move forward. Potential outcome during this lunar cycle, some form of communication that comes in rapidly. Somebody may be very defensive, or you may be very defensive. This communication is meant to bring clarity, but often falls short. So beware of somebody being very defensive and cutting and very quick to speak. Beware of yourself possibly doing that. But some sort of communication may be coming in to bring light to a circumstance, bring light to a direction, perhaps this love situation. Okay, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus during this lunar cycle. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus during this lunar cycle. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus during this lunar cycle. Healing family issues, that's very likely what we see here. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. That may be what's needing to occur with this death card. That could be for some of you that's a situation that you need to heal and let go of in order to move forward with regards to your love life. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, please. Scorpio, full moon, lunar cycle. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Scorpio, full moon, lunar cycle. Oh, look at that. How beautiful. This mother and child here. It's very possible you may need to nurture the inner child inside of you as you're dealing with these hurts and these difficulties, and as you're dealing with this form of deception or lies or lack of clarity in your life. It's very possible that somebody could be very fertile during this time, or maybe giving birth during this time. That's a very obvious potential thing here. However, what I see is I see somebody that's really working on self-care and nurturing the inner child, while not allowing people to fully see exactly who they are on the inside. There's a desire for some form of transformation with regards to emotions and with regards to inner strength and self-love. But there's also a sadness in doing so. There may be something related to your childhood or your past that you're struggling to let go of. But this is very much a nurturing card. You know, unconditional love needs to be shown to yourself and to others as well. And seeking answers within. For those of you that are dealing with family issues, definitely see a need for healing and love within a family situation as well. All right, Aquarius, that's all I have for you for this Scorpio full moon lunar cycle. I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful day. I wish you well, and I'll see you again soon.